G'day punters, welcome to the deep dive. A little bit late this week, fair bit going on.
Down Seaford Way.
Okay. Yeah. I've
You got Denzel on the background there.
I've got the equaliser on, which is kind of how I operate as a dad, which I've done for. I better turn that off. So, I've been thrown in the deep end, Peter. I've had 3 full-on days of parenting. Mrs. Cactus, she's slowly coming good. Praise be thy to the Lord and Allah and all of them. They gently snuffed at me, but they've started to ease up on her, and she's coming good. But yeah, I've got him up, done that the entire day, put him down. Like I'd never put him down to sleep before because he's breastfed, but he's now not. So it's actually been good, been fun. Took him out in the city. You didn't actually come for a beer, but I went for a beer in the city with him. Not in the city, in Prahran, but yeah, just to get him out of the house. Been busy. Moonee Valley, Peter. We're going to quickly clean it up for the punters who are used to getting the deep dive, and we're going to deliver it for you. Severe on-pace bias day. The worst of any horses was 5th at the 1,200 metre mark, which won. 5th in run. That's obviously, those horses that would have been 12th in run.
Yep.
Through the card. First race was 3rd in run. Second and third race they led. 4th race sat outside lead. Iconic Star, Ollie kind of sat outside lead as well. The next horse basically led again. Plain CL.
Strong tempo.
Plain CL, shot of Irish led. Now, Plain CL was not only was it not a change of tactics, which it was, and they broke the whip rule. So they cheated on 2 rules. They broke 2 rules.
So
it's not the steward's job to make the rules. It's
Yeah.
the steward's job to enforce the rules. Now, if I owned Plain CL, or more importantly, because it funds the whole thing, if I wagered upon it, I'm cheering it. It's a great ride and got everything out of the horse. But for whatever reason, to appease people who will never, ever, ever accept racing, we have rules. That you have to notify change of tactics. That's just a weird rule. I don't know who that's for. It's a stupid rule that they can't enforce. But the whip rule, you made the rule, enforce it.
And surely, if you're going to enforce it one time, it's when it's a dead heat. Like surely.
And it's a change of tactics.
It's a double whammy. It was look. Poor shot of
Anyway,
Irish.
we'll quickly finish off. Harbour Views settled 5th in run. It was the furthest back, and that was the race that they went the quickest, and it was a staying event. Big performance by Harbour Views, probably the horse of the meeting.
Yep.
It is the biggest figure out of the meeting. The damage was done in the first to the 600 metres. And then Be My Star. Be My Star settled 6th in run, but classic grey up there for punters. And this is a little lesson. I reckon this happens more often than not, Peter. Correct me if I am wrong. The last race on the card on a severely on-pace bias day, that's the slowest they've gone to the 600 all day.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
It makes no sense. Just accept that it's what's going to happen 9 times out of 10 and just be ready to be grade right up. Just grade up. That's what happens.
Well, potentially as well, it's almost a confirmation that sometimes tempo of races is just completely random. You can do a map and everything like that. You can expect the tempo. It can still turn out to be completely the opposite. It's just part of the great game.
Which then draws back into this ridiculous change of tactics.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to enforce the whip rule because it's not going to go anywhere because they're always trying to get new racing fans. But just get rid of this change of tactics rule. It is complete not a torture. It helps no one. It confuses everyone. So what race was that?
That was race 7. So if we go to race 7, Plain CL, the shot of Irish.
I'm just going to check that. I haven't checked the steward's report because it's complete nonsense and I don't really read it other than to talk about it on this show. Plain CL, rider Billy Egan pleaded guilty to the charge of breaching the whip rule.
don't
nothing about the change of tactics, nothing at all. So then we'll just go, and we're not just going to completely pot them. So let's go on our puntingform.com.au database, which you can all have, and you should all have $10 a week value. Last start, Plainfield settled 10 of 14 in run. No, nothing in the Stewards report. So that was play on. That was normal. The last start of its previous prep under Anthony Freedman, it settled 14th of 16th in run. The start before that, it settled last of last in run. Previous start last. Start before that, second last. Start before that, last.
Now.
So then here, like, this is just utter shit. I hadn't looked at this because I just this is what it does to me, and it's no good for me. I need to be clear of mind, Peter, to make decent wagering decisions to the best of my ability. But this sort of...
Have a look at the last time it won a race. Where it settled. It was the Easter Cup, 2019.
Settled third. Third in run.
So it's a change of winning manoeuvre. It's not a change of tactics. It's a change of winning manoeuvre.
And at that start at Caulfield, when it won, it went 10.2 faster to the 600. So some of the punters out there, some of the non-punters out there who parade as like journalists, I don't know what they parade as, but they're of no use to most of us. They might say, oh, you know, there's just a tempo of ping the lids. Well, it didn't ping the lids, mate. It went 7.4 lengths faster than it went the previous start to the 600. It went a lot faster. The only time it went near this fast was when Peter's mentioned, which was 3 preparations ago when it won. So, yeah, great ride, great tactics, but you cheated because of this rule. And I don't know where this is going to end, but it is just growing me up.
It's just...
It really is.
Yeah, just have to take it and
the worst part of it all, Peter, is I black booked this horse and didn't back it. We launched in a shot of Irish. Thank God I held on. And we got something back.
Yeah, exactly.
But I didn't feel good about the photo when they hit the line. But yeah, great ride, Billy Egan. I thought there was a couple of really strong performances from riders on Saturday, and some just awful ones as usual. But might have been Lockie King on Holbein, was it?
Yeah,
Did he ride Holbein?
Yep.
Holy shit, strong little man. Really got the most out of the horse. He's got it to keep finding last 2 starts. Might be his little niche, Lockie King, on sort of front running horses, going really well. Yeah, that's enough positivity.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the biggest performance of the day in terms of the punting form figure. The old minus 13.9 Harbour Views. I think probably leading into the race, the concern would have been the map for the horse, but it was a perfect positioning of it early on and just really well suited by the extra tempo that they went early in the race. 5.4 lengths fast for the class, but on the all adjusted, fair bit quicker. 10 points.
Well, yeah, it's another... Do you not think this is a bit of an indication into sort of the old school trainer jockey mentality that is racing? Like, everyone thought this horse was pretty good, but it started to sort of be a bit chinky. It's gone 10.3 faster to the 600. Its previous best figure to the 600 was a minus 2.9 or 2.9 and 10.3, right? It's a huge increase.
Yep.
So it's got to show its like lung capacity, its athletic ability here. And it probably is a change of tactics too. But anyway, it's not.
It was a ride with intent. It wasn't necessarily a change of tactics. It was a ride with
great ride, John Allen. Great ride. Built
ride.
Momentum like early enough. Put the horse into the race. You want to see your horses rolling into a race, being just about near the front on the corner there at Moonee Valley, especially in a staying race like this. I'd expect most of these ponies have sort of slowed. Yeah, like the winner here, Harbour Views, this pony has gone 2.7, minus 2.7, 6 to 4. It's slowed from the 6 to the 4, 4 to the 2, and 2 home. So to the eye, yeah, it looks like it's pulling away, but they're actually all slowing down.
Yeah, they're just all gassed.
But he's built beautiful momentum, John Allen. Great ride.
What'd you make of Django Freeman?
When you look to the eye, shit house. But when you look at the data, like that's second up. It's gone. Let me just get up that pony.
Well, it's hard to get a gauge on how fast it's gone overseas, obviously in Germany, despite the fact that
It did.
run second in the Group 1. But
Yeah, well, what's that mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean
we can't speak to that. We got no idea about German racing. It's gone over the mile on a heavy 8. It went 10.4 to the 600, which is quick.
Yep.
It's matched that exact figure here, but it's gone up 400 meters, second up Australia. It's a big ask, and it sort of slowed its last 200, but the rest of it's very similar to, say, Harbour Views.
Yep.
I'd be focusing on the SP. They wanted this horse big time in the market, and I'd be more like positive about the horse's performance than negative.
Yep. I would agree.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll have a quick look at, I guess, probably one of the other races with a big figure out of the day, and that was Ashelaw in race 4.
Oh, this is a horse that can just bob up when it wants to, isn't it?
Yeah. It seems like it's been up forever, like absolutely forever.
It's a good ride, T-Hope. She was absolutely swinging off it in the straight, but the horse knows what it's doing. It's a veteran. Yep. Like what a pony to own. It's almost won $1 million. It's had 15 starts. It looks to me, just guessing this preparation. It's almost been group placed, but it's not been group placed, and it's still won almost $1 million. Good effort, D. McCarthy from Wangaratta, the trainer. I don't know what you want to take out of the race.
Yeah, well, for me, it was I backed to Lade Tavasan. It was a great little example of a way that you can just effectively have a free bet on a horse. Backed it when it's led, backed it again, had him play lays in place. I've done no damage to the bank. Free hit. Horse obviously wasn't good enough late. But Moonee Valley, like you read the writing on the wall pretty early. It was what we expected going into the meeting.
Yeah. And then if we look at the last race, that's also a beautiful hoodie you've got on there, Peter. Just some utterly... We ended up backing La Tigresa, small, thankfully not too heavy. I almost launched into Broadway in 4th, but just couldn't trust the map and the way that the track was playing.
It would have needed some bizarre sort of set of circumstances to be figuring there the way the day unfolded.
It just needs tempo, and you're not going to get tempo if you just drop out of the race at the start.
Yeah.
And end up last. Its close is solid but not outstanding versus the day versus the race. Be My Star's like just a little valley thing, isn't it? We backed that thing repeatedly a couple of times last preparation at the Valley. I think it lost, but it loves the Valley. That guy's a scary trainer, Will Clark, and when he brings him over here, you've got to be respectful of it. I don't know what else you want to take out of that race or this meeting. I think you just want to be careful of anything that was sort of forward of midfield, especially in the first sort of third of a race. They were blessed in run, they were suited, and they might not be as suited next start. Anything sort of midfield or definitely worse than midfield, you can be sort of very forgiveful of. If they SP'd real short, you can sort of love that because you're going to get a better price next start, even though it literally had no chance of winning, given the way the track played and the race shapes. So I think it's a pretty broad meeting to follow and review. I don't think you want to get too sort of nitpicky with it.
Yep.
Thoughts, Pistol?
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I always break it down to, was a horse suited on the day? You can have suited in the race versus suited on the day. And obviously the way the track played on Saturday, which was expected, you're always going to find horses that weren't suited on that day. Whether or not they were suited in the race, that's another question.
Yeah, one thing I found pretty interesting out of the meeting, we almost backed it, and luckily it didn't win because it didn't win. We didn't back it, but it loomed. In race 2, Alphaville came off a weak race on the Pakenham synthetic, but its times and stuff was really, really strong.
Yep.
And you sort of don't know how to handle the Syntho form. It's clocked the 12th fastest last 600, 5th fastest last 400, and then the 3rd fastest last 200 of the day. The first, second, third, and fourth, and fifth, sixth. Lots of the top sort of 10 last 200s of the day, 400 of the day come in race one, where they went real slow to the 600 and just flew home. So if you got rid of that race, Alphaville's clocked the fastest last 200 of the day outside of race one.
Yep.
And also that track would have deteriorated a little bit. It is the second race, so that's probably an irrelevant comment. Sorry. But yeah, some real merit to the performance at Alphaville. Interested to see what it does further later on in this prep. And probably the grab horse out of the meeting is Liberate. I didn't love the ride, but geez, it got home last 200 real strong again. And what do you do with it next start? I don't know, but it's going good. Anything else?
No.
That's a deep dive, punters. We've got Cam Dean providing AFL mail. They've already sent one bet out for next week. Tedeschi's already had a bet, I believe. We're betting AFL, betting NRL. The weekend was really, really fun with the AFL stuff. Tedeschi backed the Dragons to beat the Sharks, which I thought was suicide, but they killed them. Too good. Cam Dean's Gold Coast play half time. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, how would you come up with, I'm going to back the Gold Coast to be winning at half time? I don't know, but he did, and they did. Yep. Curly's operating today at Toowoomba. 4 meetings this week. You're doing your gropers, which again is not a reference to anything sort of perverse. It's a reference to the Western Australia. And I've got the movers and the other stuff. Been along for a couple of days, guys.
Oh.
Big week for the mailbag. Bet.
Yep. Exactly.
You've done Belmont. You've done a bit of Warwick Farm. I've done Sandown. I've had a bet at Sandown. Plenty happening.
Yep. Just waiting for the Belmont markets to go up. All the form is done. Just wait now.
Ooh, delicious.
Yep.
All right. I'll see you guys on Thursday. I think I'm probably father of the year. Peter. Don't know what Peter's up to. He's been tanning. You have been spotted again.
What? No way.
Yeah, you have.
What? Who?
I've got my people.
This is bullshit.
Look at that, punters. So the guild. I love you. I'll see you Thursday.
All right. Go well.